afternoon, Mzansi, and welcome to your Friday edition of Afternoon Express. I'm Palisa Dembe, and in the loft today, we've got Kylie J we've got social media couple, Raisa and Emmanuel, and then we're ending it all off with a performance from Mr. Brown. Now in the kitchen, I believe we've got something fresh, and I'm not just talking about Dumi. How's it, Dumza?
Hello, Palesaki weekend, and as usual, we're keeping it spicy and cool, but something very light. We're going to be making a raspberry and apple breakfast smoothie. For all the recipe details, go to afternoonexpress.co.za. But let's get the show popping with pop sensation Kylie J.
You had my heart and love in the palm of your hand. Caught by surprise, never part of my royal plan. Next thing I'm running away with you. Then I got to know you better.
Thank you for having me. It's so lovely to be here. What a wonderful space.
I mean, what a vibe to kick off our Friday show. Now I have to just go back to the beginning. When I were to just look at you, your journey within music, I have to find out what have been some of those inspirations that have led you to be the woman that you are today.
Sure. Well, music's been in my life for as long as I can remember, but I think why I wanted to step into the music industry in the professional way is I wanted to share my stories and connect with people in a way that you don't really get a chance to connect with unless you have that space to. And writing my own music and having fans hear it and love it is a way that we can connect in a very different way, and I love that. So love writing music and love performing it and singing it and sharing it with the world.
And something that is so unique about you, you've gotten opportunities that's quite different and more privileged to other South Africans, where you have worked with international sensations, singers, songwriters all across the world. Now, how has that influenced the way you perform and the way you write your music?
It's tremendously influenced that. I mean, if you listen to my music and the journey that it's been on, there's been big changes all the time going on, and that's really coming from the people that I've worked with and the experiences that I've had. And I've been very fortunate to work with people internationally in Canada, in the USA, Rob Wells, people who've worked with such big stars, and really get, you know, when you walk into a session with people that have such incredible backgrounds, but they actually leave them at the door, and you step in and everyone kind of comes in with a different experience and brings that to the table. It's a really wonderful space to be in, where you can just kind of create together, and everyone's influenced from their backgrounds and their experiences and the energy in the room, and then you leave with a little baby, and then you've got a song.
A little music baby.
A music baby.
I love that. And what's also so special about what you've just mentioned is leaving your ego at the door. Yeah. How important is that when it comes to creating?
I don't know if there's anything more important than that, you know, because everyone can come with oh, I've done X, Y, and Z, but at the end of the day, it's what happens in the room. And when people walk in with an ego, it ruins everything. And I think I've just been so privileged to work with people who have like really shown me how to do that. Like when I walk into the session, I'm like, wow, this person, I've read about them and I know them, and but you would never have known, because it's all about what they have in that moment and what we all have together, and just, you know, bringing the magic together to the session, and allowing creativity to unfold in a way that it does. And I think that that's what's so beautiful. We can all bring our own experiences in and our own influences.
It's all about humility and just, you know, in Zulu you'd say, my pants, just to be grounded in who you are.
Yes,
but something that's also might come across as the opposite, now hear me out, is the title of your latest single, Just Doing Me.
Yes, well, it's actually the opposite of what you're saying.
I know, right? That's all right. Okay, judge the position, but we see it and we're here for it. I love that title.
Thank you, thank you. I mean, it's exactly what you said, like be grounded in who you are, right? The song's about really just living your best life, being true to yourself, being present in the moment, grabbing each opportunity in life and living your best life, carpe diem, and not kind of getting sucked into things, you know, that aren't necessary. Their energy, be your best self and just do you and live your best life and be true to yourself. And that's the message I wanted to share. I wanted it to be a good, fun, upbeat song. Don't take yourself too seriously. Yeah.
Is that the mood all 2021?
I hope so.
Yeah, we'll be holding on to that because we know better than to plan out, because 2020 definitely did do a bit of a doozy on us, something that we never expected. I mean, how were you affected by COVID-19?
I mean, we were all affected by COVID-19. It was it still is. It's a very difficult time. It's not, you know, we haven't seen the end of it. I'm still, you know, I'm a psychologist, so I work in the as a psychologist in the consulting world, so I'm still busy with that. But from a music perspective, it's just been a bit of a shift of focus. You know, the industry's been very heavily affected. For me, I've spent so much time writing and recording, and I think, you know, a new world's been opened up to us in the online space. So, you know, jumping onto a Zoom call to write songs with somebody that I've never met in Amsterdam and a friend in Los Angeles, and I'm based in South Africa at the moment, and we're all kind of on this same call, and the next thing we've got a song, you know, and it's like it's amazing how we've managed to pivot online. So I've been spending a lot of time in studio writing and recording and sending tracks up and down to producers so that, you know, everyone's safe, and so you've got a lot of new music.
And you know what I love about you as well, Kylie J, is the fact that you are a strong, independent woman. So much so that you're taking it to a very next level and starting your very own recording label. Now that seems like such a daunting task. I almost want to catch my wig just thinking about it, girl. So first of all, why the decision to go that form of independence, and how's it going?
So it's great. It's such a learning experience, such an exciting experience. And the reason I wanted to do that is I got approached by other artists who wanted to release their music, and I wanted to give young artists the platform to be able to share their voice. And I've also got a lot of recorded music that I've been writing that I also want to share. So it's really a collaboration of, you know, art and business, I guess, mixed together, but to be able to ultimately share more music with people and give people the platform, because if I can be a part of other people's journey to reach their dreams the way I'm reaching mine, that falls a part of my dreams and my journey. So I'm really excited to release new music through other artists and through and to share them with the world as well as my own.
Said like the true musical talent that you are, I just want to find out, what can we expect in this brand new year from Kylie J?
So lots of more music, lots and lots of more music. I'm working really hard in studio, and we've got some really cool things coming, some great collaborations, and new music, new vibes, new energy, and just to enjoy 2021. I really hope it's going to be, I know it will be, it's going to be a better year than 2020. New things to look forward to, and exciting times.
I think it's what we make it. And
Absolutely.
You've done exceptionally well throughout last year and this year. If this performance, first television performance of the latest single?
Of the single, yes, absolutely. So exclusive.
Exclusivity, and that's what we're all about this year. Thank you so much for joining us, and I'm looking forward to that performance after the break.
Thank you.
We wish Kylie all of the very best on her journey to launch her very own label and making a reality of her music goals. Now stay tuned, because you don't want to miss her very first TV performance of her latest single, Just Doing Me. Now on social media, Mzansi, I want to find out from you, because we've got so many talented artists in studio today. Tell us, where do you draw your inspiration from? I know I draw my inspiration from multiple different places, music being one of them. So looking forward to that performance a little later on. And we're also going to be in the kitchen creating a raspberry and apple breakfast smoothie with Chef Dumi. Protect what matters to you with insurance from Standard Bank. SMS LIFE to 31492 for a quote that fits your needs. We're back in the Afternoon Express studio with Kylie J Myers, here to perform her latest single, Just Doing Me. Take it away.
You and I, you know we got a deep connection. That's why you don't gotta worry about my affection. All the times you call, I can't always take your call. Baby, don't you know I'm living my own adventure? I see planes and trains and cities and sidewalks. I live one step at a time. I'm just doing what feels good, dancing in my own light. When I'm spinning around, you're always at the back of my mind. I gotta live my own life. I'm just doing me right now. Ooh, 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 and loving every minute of it. Ooh, 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 I'm just doing me right now. Just doing me right now. I'm just doing me right now. Ooh, ooh, I'm just doing me right now. I wanna be free to be me. I don't wanna miss a thing. I wanna make friends with strangers, baby, trust me. You're the one that I want, and my intentions are good. There's beauty everywhere, and I wanna fall in. I see smiles and bright eyes every day, tall trees and a pink sky. I'm just doing what feels good, dancing in my own light. When I'm spinning around, you're always at the back of my mind. I gotta live my own life. I'm just doing me right now. Ooh, 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 and loving every minute of it. Ooh, 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 I'm just doing me right now. Just doing me right now. Just doing me right now. I'm just doing me right now. Ooh, 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 I'm just doing me right now. I'm just doing me right now. I'll follow my rhythm. I don't mean to be insensitive at all. Whoa, yeah, I get what you're feeling. I'm not trying to tell you that you got to go. Whoa, I'm just doing me right now. And loving every minute of it. Ooh, I'm just doing me right now. Just doing me right now. I'm just doing me right now. Ooh, I'm just doing me right now. One step at a time. Just doing me right now. One step at a time. Just doing me right now. One step at a time. Just doing me right now. I'm just doing me right now.
Oh, congratulations, Miss Kylie J. I wish I could give you such a hug right now. What a way to ease us into the weekend. Now, Mzansi, I know you were feeling that performance, but I've worked up quite the appetite. So let's head on over to the Afternoon Express kitchen where Dumi's got something yummy for us.
I'll go. But one of you said, oh, he's back. Move way.
Clover Fresh Milk.
Made with love by Clover.
As you know it, weekends offer no fuss, easy, summer-loving vibes, and so should your breakfast be. Our Clover Fresh Milk Raspberry and Apple Smoothie is the perfect balance of moo fresh flavors and is ideal for when you are on the go. Balisa, I think I'm speaking to you this time because you are a smoothie girl through and through. It's not just for breakfast, it's not just for lunch, it's all day.
I'm an all-day type of smoothie girl. I love smoothies because, you know, sometimes sitting down and having a proper meal is a luxury. You especially doing what we do. So you gotta have something on the go, but something filling as well. So I'm all about the smoothie. But I've never tried an apple and berry smoothie.
I know, right? We're all about putting people on. We're all about balancing those flavors. We're all about getting all the nutrition you need. After all, it is a smoothie, so it replaces somewhat of a meal. So to start it off, I would like you to just core those apples. Do not remove the skin. All the nutrition is in that skin, so we don't want it removed. So just core it. If you don't have a core of South Africa, you can just use a knife and just make sure you cut out the sides of the seeds and the core, chuck that out, or you can even just use that for a apple crumble, apple whatever. It's completely up to you. But right now, we focus focusing on the actual apple. Once you've done that, chop it up into a little, some small pieces, and I'll get started with the rest of our smoothie, the raspberry part. So what I've got here is some oats. You can use rolled oats, you can use just normal oats. You could even use any other grain that you've got in the house. Like you could use another type of cereal if you'd like. Even bran flakes would work. Even any other cereal you have, just to replace that filling part of the meal, of the smoothie, basically.
Absolutely.
So, and I go in with a bit of honey in there. Obviously, if you want it sweeter, you add more honey. If you want less sweetness, you could even omit the honey altogether.
Yeah.
All right. And then to thicken it and to give it the body, we're adding some double thick yogurt. You can add, subtract, like we're saying, it's completely up to you. But we also want to make sure we're building up on that calcium, because our Clover Fresh milk is a source of so many vitamins and minerals, and it also works perfectly here to make sure that we get that additional calcium that we need in our diet.
So, Dumi, when you were talking about the filling nature, using those oats within the smoothie, sometimes I also like to think nuts. Why not try nuts? But I never know what's right and what's wrong. I love myself some cashews, but then I know almond nuts also work quite nicely in smoothies. So what is the ideal nuts or kind of different variants other than oats that we can add?
You could use, you've actually hit the nail on the head again with the two nuts you've mentioned, cashew nuts or almonds. Most nuts, or all nuts, are basically high in natural oil, so that's perfect. You could use any of those. You could even use macadamia nuts, depending on whether you want a pungent flavor, a very strong flavor, or if you want it very mild.
So macadamia would be the more pungent, strong, nutty flavor, no?
Funny enough, I find that macadamians are they're
more
mellow
creamy.
in flavor. Very, very creamy, but not so much the flavor pungentness. I know the cashew nuts and almonds are very high in flavor.
Okay.
So you could add those. Even pecan nuts, like any nut that you'd like. If you wanted more on the peanutty flavor, you could also use peanut. It's completely up to you.
Love it.
But because we're using our Clover Fresh milk, which stays fresh for up to 18 days, you've got the luck that you could even make this and freeze it and even have a fruit pop if you want, and have that as a fruit pop instead of a smoothie. That's how versatile this recipe is. So once you've done chopping up your apples in there, I'm going to add it to this amazing smoothie. And the other thing I love about this is that we're using frozen berries. So you could even freeze all the fruits you want to use. We've used fresh apples now, but you could freeze all the fruits you want to use in the smoothie. If you choose to go for perhaps additional flavors, maybe you want to add more fruits to this, you could do that. The only thing I'm going to add at the end here is just some lemon juice for that bit of tang at the end, you know.
Beautiful, beautiful. And also because a lot of people are immune boosting right now. That is what is the buzzword, and that's what every South African's responsibility is to do as well. How then are we able to balance and level up when it comes to those good health foods? I know a lot of people like turmeric in their smoothies. A lot of people also like adding ginger and that garlic. I don't know about adding garlic to a breakfast smoothie, but how else can we kind of mix it up?
You can. Basically, we've got additions that you can put in, like chia seeds, flax seeds. It's completely up to you. You could add sunflower seeds. You can add all these natural elements, you know. So many times people want to add artificial stuff into the food, and I think keep it natural. Keep it natural, keep it healthy, keep it simple. And I'm going to keep it pushing by blending our smoothie over here. And that's basically it. All right?
And I love the fact that you've chosen berries. I know berries are also quite good for that stubborn belly fat. You know, apparently a handful of berries and some nuts every morning, you're good to go. So I'm looking forward to trying this. And of course, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So cheers to that, Dumi.
You hit it right on the head, Palisa. Now that's one way to have your apple a day. So head over to afternoonexpress.co.za for the full recipe and ingredient list.
I'll go. My one of you said, oh, he's back. Move away.
Clover Fresh Milk.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, Dumi, coming up, we meet social media couple Raisa and Emmanuel, who are taking their love to new heights.
Express yourself.
welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now we're joined by social media personalities Raisa Albertus and Emmanuel Makose, who decided to share their journey of finding love and facing challenges of being an interracial couple living in South Africa. Welcome to the loft, you two.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, man.
I shame me cute. I me cute. As soon as I introduced them, they both gave each other a little bit of a look. I mean, do the butterflies still fly around in your tummies?
100%.
Okay, yes. In that case, yes.
Oh, now his fourth Emmanuel's like, okay, yeah, sure.
No, because I want to see what she has to say.
Don't worry, we're letting our pride go here.
Oh, beautiful. But if I were to go to the beginning of your love story, I believe you both were flight attendants at the time. So is it safe to say love was in the air?
Yeah, literally.
We weren't just catching flies, we were catching actual feelings too.
Yeah. So we actually met on board. He wasn't just making me coffee, he was doing the things to the pots.
Fun fact, I'm so sorry to intervene there. She was the one who stalked me, so let's just get that on the record. So a lot of people...
Debatable. That's debatable.
Okay, so who made the first move?
I made the first move, however, the seed was planted, basically.
Yeah. So basically what happened was, he is from Joburg, so he was flying out of Joburg. So we were always working for the same company, however, not in the same base. So I knew about him, and then when he came to Cape Town, I was like, oh, okay, yes. And then he actually found me on Instagram, not knowing that I actually work for the same company as him.
Oh, wow.
So he was putting his comments there, not knowing. I was like, this dude,
my colleague.
So he would put a heart, and then I would put an aircraft, and I was like, what zone is that? Like the aircraft zone. So I would just like, but at the same time, even though I was brushing it off, I was really into it, and I knew that at the time when we met that a relationship was far from his mind, because we were battling with his late mom being sick. So I was like, okay, there's no chance for me in this time. And because I loved how much he loved his mom, I actually went out as a stranger and I printed this picture of him and his mom, and I put it in a keyring and I gave it to him. And then on the flight, our first flight.
So that's how she caught my heart, basically, in a nutshell.
I mean, Emmanuel, what does that do for you? When you saw Raisa going above and beyond as a stranger at the time, how did that speak to your heart?
It spoke in volumes, honestly. Like I don't talk about it a lot of times because it's difficult to explain the magnitude of that moment, you know. I've never had anybody who sort of like rewarded me for loving my mother, you know, because for me it's like, it's standard. It's supposed to be like that, you know. But for somebody to view it and take it to heart the way she did, you know, that just caught me, and it showed true.
Yeah. As much as we are within the 21st century, and interracial couples should just be a norm as much as any same cultural marriage and relationships are accepted. So what types of negativity do you guys experience on a daily basis? But more than ever, how do you remain strong in your love?
You know, in the beginning of a relationship, it's quite explicit, the things that happen to us. Like people were very opinionative of, you know, their views about our relationship. And, you know, as a black guy in this country, I have like my own stories about racism and all that, you know. I grew up as a black kid in a colored community, so I faced racism from a very young age. But growing into that, like I've sort of like grown numb to it. Like I knew how to handle myself in situations like that. So by the time I hooked up with Raisa, it was no new thing to me, you know what I mean? So, but for her, it was a different experience, you know what I mean? Because it's a whole different perspective for her, you know? So I would like always teach her or try to show her how to like handle these situations, you know what I mean? Because it's not worth reacting to it. Coming back to the handling of it, like the growth of us, R&I and Off Duty on social media, like people love us to bits, you know, and there's like thousands of people. So whenever something happens nowadays, like we just put it out there and to say like, this is what's happening. So all the people that love us kind of like attack these ignorant people.
Oh, I love that.
So they do the job for us. So that's how we actually deal with it, you know, but we're good, and we have like a very good, I need to mention this, a good foundation and like what I like to call our spinal cord, which is her parents, you know. they're very supportive, and you know, our father's like wise on another level, so like he's for us and he just always tries to guide us, and you know.
Now, Raisa, as someone who already, you entered this relationship highlighting his love with his mother, and as he now says your parents are the spinal cord of your relationship, how much does that mean to you?
It means the absolute world to me, because I know that there's so many people out there that look at us and judge us. For me, it's now, you know what, the people that know us, love us, and that those are the people that brought me up. And it's just amazing. Like when I first met him, I was like, here's it, like this is the one, but now what are my parents gonna say? And I can say that the first time I told my dad, I was in tears because I wasn't sure about his reaction. And then he was like, why are you crying? And I told him because it's wrong. And he's like, Raisa, I've never ever raised you to think that loving someone from a different creed, culture was wrong. And for me, when he said that, I blocked out all the negative comments on social media. It was like, you know what? They don't know anything. This is our love. And if my parents are okay, if my parents have raised me this way, then why am I worried about what other people have to say?
I hope right now in this moment so many South Africans are watching you together, standing so firm with so much fierceness, I suppose, within your voices, in loving each other out loud. But we also have someone who also wants to give back into that love, give you all that attention right back. As much as you've motivated and encouraged us, I know within music, you guys have your people that you idolize and people that you look up to, that we thought, you know what? Let's take one and let him have a shout out. Let's have a look at this.
Hello, Raisa and Emmanuel. I just wanted to wish you guys a brand new year. Happy 2021. I'm sending you guys lots of love, light, lots of wisdom, peace, blessings, and lots of success in this brand new year. I just got the message that you guys follow my work, and I just wanted to say that I really, really appreciate it. I'm really humbled. I've heard that you guys are a couple that vibrates high. Ignore criticism, ignore what other people have to have, what they have to think about your relationship or what they think about you as a person. Imagine, I mean, I've been a public figure for so many years. I get criticized by thousands of people every single day. I see messages on social media that criticize me. No matter how great I can do, I am always criticized. So I want to say, learn from people like myself and others as well, who are able to take the negative energy that other people project onto them, and they turn it onto positive energy to fuel themselves. So keep on focusing on vibrating high. That is focusing on peace, focusing on love, which are all things godly. You know, be a God-fearing person, whatever your religion is, whatever you guys believe in. And I just wanted to say once again, thank you so much for following my work. May the good Lord bless your family and have a great year. And guess what? I wish you lots and lots of money.
More fire. More halala, more fire. Oh man,
I mean, Emmanuel, I know that you're right, it's a YouTube, but you are the main fan of DJ Smoothie. So we had to get the heavy hitters in studio today. How does seeing that message make you feel?
Oh man, like it's so phenomenal. Like I follow DJ Spoo religiously for one specific reason. His hustle means the most.
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't even know how to put it in words, you know, like I love DJ Spoo. DJ Spoo, I follow this guy religiously, so more fire, my brother. Thank you so much for that message. It means a lot.
And for yourself, Raisa?
I just, whatever makes him happy makes me so much more happy.
Said like a true queen. Oh, congratulations, you two. I just also have to touch base on another exciting venture that you've got up your sleeve. You decided to take your love and your life onto YouTube. Now, YouTube is a platform and a monster of its own. So what type of advice and motivation do you give to couples that are like yourselves, and of course everyone else? What content can we experience?
So our YouTube channel is basically us and what we do, what we stand for. We said to ourselves, you know what, if we're going to go into this influencer life and showing people on social media, we're actually going to influence in the right way. And the thing that we can influence is getting over something, achieving things no matter your circumstances. Even though we get so much hate, even though we get criticized on the daily, we can still do something positive and be successful.
And on that note, we're looking forward to see the positivity that has come out of this union. They've put together a label called Off Duty, and we've got that fashion show coming right up. We're back in the loft with social media personalities, Raisa and Emmanuel, who are going to be sharing their new funky fashion line with us. Now the anticipation has been building to a sky-high level that I just have to see some of the garments. So much so that you have to reposition your garments. I mean, what brought about the idea of this fashion line and starting Off Duty?
Yeah, man. So it's the same like our YouTube channel. This is also something that we created based on our story. So we don't like to call Off Duty a clothing line. We like to call it a movement.
Ah.
Yeah, because it's attached to our story. So Off Duty comes from when we're not working as flight attendants. We're not on duty. We're off duty.
I see what you did there.
See what I did there? So all the clothing is basically made for when you're off duty, but at the same time, you can wear it out, you can look trendy. So we basically lived out of a suitcase. So it's like, you can actually take just this one item and it would be good for day and night, chilling with the crew, going out, or just chilling in your hotel room.
So it's all about versatility.
Yes.
I love that, and I definitely see that within the first look we just saw. Here's the second look that we're looking at now. It's a bit of a romper, jumpsuit type of tie-dye-esque. I love it. Can you talk us through this outfit?
Yeah, so Off Duty had to jump on the tie-dye trend, you know, but we thought, you know what, let's do something different. And like I said, you take one outfit, literally you take this outfit with you, all you need to think about is your shoes.
Accessories.
Yeah, or whatever. And it's really comfortable, you can do whatever you want in it, dress it up, dress it down, yeah.
I love the versatility in your garments, and also it seems as if the form and the shape and the cut is almost beneficial or flattering to any body type.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Ow, I love a man in maroon. It's as if you guys know what I like.
I told you this color would work.
Yeah, you were right, Emmanuel. Can you talk us through this men's look? And I'm also loving the gold highlights and accents.
Yeah, you know, it's a very basic story with the men's range. men are very basic, or I speak for myself rather. So I just took like my concept of when I buy clothing, you know, like I want something basic, and we always go for basic colors, but we try to switch it up now and then by obviously having a ravishing color, you know, and this is one of our staple collection that we make with Off Duty, which is like our crew necks and hoodies, tracksuits, you know, and like the one I have on, just switched up with the color and a different material, which is contact.
So easy.
Yeah, and then we've got like the summer 2020-21 summer vest. We kept it basic again, and we just like switched it up with the design of like, you know, the label Off Duty, like how it is. Yeah, so very basic for the men's range.
I love the fact that you guys have took casual wear, you've kind of mixed it with leisure wear and athletic wear, especially within the men's kind of range. But then how do the two ranges, men and female, communicate to each other?
So basically, like the entire range is taking basics to a next level, new level. So we kind of keep it in the same range. Like if I'm making a t-shirt or a crew neck, both of us can wear it. So it's like unisex, but at the same time, dressed differently. And so it's nice. We like to call it a capsule because it's things that you need in your wardrobe. You always need a t-shirt. You're always gonna need a crew neck. So
it's all about the staples, it seems like. And Raisa, you are a woman after my own heart, because honey, I've been stealing my man's crew necks and hoodies. It really is a thing.
That's part of the biggest reasons why these things were made. She wears my clothes more than anything.
Yeah, I feel you, girl. Thank you so much.
So much more comfortable.
Your finishing sentiments when it comes to this collection, the look and the feeling you want your customers to kind of embody when they put on your outfits.
Yeah, so we just want people to feel comfortable firstly, because when you feel comfortable, when you feel good, you look good, and your whole persona is just good when you feel like you in something that you belong.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, here is taking over the South African entertainment sphere. Here's to taking over fashion. And of course, who knows, maybe Emmanuel might collaborate with DJ Smoothie on something. I don't know. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. And Mzansi, again, we still have so much more Afternoon Express coming up. We've got Mr. Brown with Zanda Zogoza and Makadzi. welcome back to Afternoon Express, and thank you so much for choosing us this Friday. Now, after years of crafting hits for others, our next guest, Mr. Brown, steps out on his own with the release of his latest single, Uthando Lwam. The love song features Queen Zanda Zokoza and Makadzi. Mr. Brown sees it as a song of appreciation for the love and support that he has enjoyed over the years from his fans and music lovers all around South Africa. Now, guys, again, Zanda, I mean, it's almost as if you're a family member at this stage, but a very warm welcome to the two of you who we are, blessed enough to experience for the first time, Makadzi and Mr. Brown. But Mr. Brown, your journey has been so interesting. Before you saw your name in lights, you had a very down moment where you were living in a garage. Can you just share that experience in that time of your life?
Yeah, each and everyone's got a story to tell, and you always know that one day is one day, and if you always focus on your life and make sure that whatever you do, one day you're going to achieve your goals. It's that moment of time whereby I was trying to find myself, and some point of time I was like financially drained, there's nothing moving left and right, so I didn't have a choice, but I knew that no matter what comes, no, one day is one day.
Yeah, and one day is one day, so much so that we get to experience you live jive on Afternoon Express, enjoying the music that you seem so, like, it just pours out of you so effortlessly. You come from a musical family, but you were always rebellious, I like to say. When your parents said one, you say, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
You used to sneak out and go enjoy musical gigs when your parents said you're too young.
Yeah, I'm sure most musicians, they know that story. That sometimes they have to do your own way. And sometimes, family, sometimes our parents, they always want you to be those kind of person. Like, they don't really believe that music can be something that can take you from one level to another. So obvious parents, they wanted me to have a degree of something and something like that. But myself was like, I'm in love with the music. Okay. And I had to just sometimes sneak out, until they finally realized that, it is what it is. This guy's a musician. Let's just keep on supporting him.
Yeah. And you're doing so well, so much so that you've collaborated with these two queens. I mean, hats off. Listening during sound rehearsal, I was like, they're always coming out with the hits. I mean, Makadzi, this is your second time collaborating with Mr. Brown. The first collaboration you released about a month ago, quite late in 2020, and it's been such a success. Everyone is loving the song right now. So what is it like working with Mr. Brown? And then again, we've got Zanda on track as well.
Working with Mr. Brown is a good thing, especially when it comes to the studio sessions and everything. He's too kind. Because all the time he used to say, Makadzi, I have a beat for you. So when I go there, I was like, Mr. Brown, don't just say you have a beat for me. Just say, we must collaborate because I also want to see you there. Okay. So that's why we collaborated, and then today we are here, and everything we touch is just amazing. It's just beautiful. So, and then also working with Zanda, it's a good thing. She's too kind, She's too funny, so she's always she's always hyping on studio. So, Zanda, she's a star.
Well, we have 3 stars here. Zanda is owning her time to shine. Well, look, let me not hold you back any longer. I've been looking forward to this performance from the top of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Brown, Makadzi, and Zanda Zokoza. Take it away.
Hey, Mr. Brown, you wanna make something sick?
Let's give it up one more time, South Africa, for Mr. Brown, Makadzi, and Zanda Zoguza. But let's keep those good vibes going as I welcome back social media couple, giving us bae vibes, giving us couple goals, hashtag love lives here. Of course, that is Raisa and Emmanuel. Now, in the vein, Mzansi, of popular party games like Would You Rather, Truth or Dare, and Never Have I Ever, playing Most Likely To is just a chance to get to know each other, tease one another, and have a little bit of fun. So let's get started, guys. As you already know, yep, you've got pieces of paper in front of you that has either your name or your partner's name on it. I'm just going to be asking some simple questions. I got about 10 up my sleeve, and let's see who's who in the zoo. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I think so.
Question number 1. Who is most likely to fall asleep during a movie?
Emmanuel, 100%. Actually, both.
I'm not even going to deny that.
It's yourself.
Yeah, no,
Are you a
definitely.
napper?
I am. I work hard. I mean, I have a beautiful lady to maintain. I've got a business, so I work hard.
The excuses.
Well, I guess the answer to this next one then is obvious. Who is most likely to take a nap in the middle of the day?
I know me.
Definitely.
Really, Raisa?
Yeah. I think he only falls asleep when we watch a movie, but I will plan my nap.
Okay,
Yeah.
so for you it's more of a lullaby and for you it's more planned,
Exactly.
structured. Okay, let's keep it going. Who's most likely to leave the dishes in the sink for days?
Emmanuel,
Emmanuel,
I was raised that as soon as you're done eating, you wash it up, you dry it off, you pack it away.
Fun fact, it's ever since I met her. I don't know why, but she knows when we were still like in the beginning stages, my house was always clean. She knows
He was
this.
trying to impress me.
So yeah, relax, basically is comfortable.
Yeah.
That's bad, eh?
That's terrible. Before things get more heated in the loft, let's keep
We
it
might
going.
just break up here.
Oh, no. We're not about breaking anyone up. We're about keeping this love strong. And on that note,
Please.
who is most likely to keep that love alive and bring home a stray puppy?
I think for me,
Contemplation, they thinking.
I actually bought home a stray cat and he fell in love with it.
Wow. Okay, so you put up both.
We
Yeah.
actually we rescued a cat one time. So then I was the one who fell in love with the animal. So
Very cute. Okay, so that was a bit
tricky
of a
one.
mixed bag.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah,
tricky one.
yeah.
Who's most likely to burn the dinner that they're cooking? Emmanuel! Okay, Emmanuel,
I
what?
feel like it's I'm a big sabotage here. Like, these
You just
questions
need to
were
step
planned.
it up. It just means you need to step up your game.
No, it's because I do multiple things while cooking. That's the only reason. But
Are we
Scatterbrain.
meant to give excuses after every answer?
No, we just kept meant to keep it pushing. And for the fact that he feels the need to deny and defend himself also
okay.
speaks
It's
volumes.
okay.
I feel like this is sabotage against him. Like, what's this?
Don't worry, Raisa, you'll pay me later. Moving on. Who's the most likely to eat a bag of chips in one sitting?
Both of us.
Are you both snackers?
Yeah, especially when we're watching movies or when we're doing something like yesterday we went for a drive and I was like, let's go get a bag of chips first. Get a snack.
I was never one to indulge in sweets and snacks and stuff like that. It's ever since I met her. And that's a
Raisa,
fact.
you also seem to be taking the slack here for everything. It's your
Everything.
fault. It's your fault.
She's a bad influence.
I'm not.
With certain things.
I think a woman always comes into your life and makes it times 10. So you never ate a bag of chips before me, now you do.
It's
Yeah,
all about
I
the
guess.
impact one makes. I like that. So, guys, who is the most likely to steal all of the blankets?
You know your parents are watching it. I'm just saying.
Honesty is the best policy, Raisa. You had to take that L right there.
No, definitely Raisa. Definitely.
Well, let's say less. Let's say less. And guys, who is the most likely to eat fast food for a week straight?
Yo.
Raisa.
Why? Don't be this
That's
person.
me.
Don't be this person.
Okay, both of us.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, can this couple seem to agree on anything? Well, thank goodness that Off Duty is such a success because it's a bit shaky here, but let's keep it strong. I've got one last question for you two.
Okay.
And I
Let's
love
hope it's
the
not
fact
against
that
me.
No. I love the fact I was about to say that it's all about keeping a good sense of humor.
Yeah.
Who's most likely to drop their phone in the toilet? Who's the clumsy one? Rice, are you the clumsy one?
By far.
I'm the clumsy one.
Yo.
I'll take this one. I'll take it from you.
Yeah, I know,
Oh, guys.
I know.
Well, thank you so much for being such incredible sports. I really appreciate it. On that note, let's say cheers to the weekend because, you know, we are heading into a weekend through love and through it also. Would you like to get some smoothies?
thank
We
you, man.
prepared these delicious raspberry and apple smoothies with Chef Dumi at the top of the show. So I want to say ching ching to you too. Here's to your love, and I hope that you
Cheers.
enjoy this refreshing smoothie that we cooked up in the kitchen. Now, Zanzi, we'll be back on Monday, same time, same place. Stay safe, good night, and happy eating. Bye. Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.